Hi everyone, welcome back for day 2 of our mini Jamboree hosted by iGEM Concordia. Before we get started with our first speaker, I would like to welcome everyone to update your names with your pronouns if you want to. And so yeah, let's get started. So our first speaker for the day is Scott Bryson, the CEO and founder of Orbital Farm Circular Project. So Scott started original Orbital Farm in 2018 and is now in the process of building closed-loop systems that can produce vaccines and medicines for billions, hydro energy, and food production for all around the world from water, CO2, and electricity. Orbital Farms will build 200 circular mega projects around the planet to support and feed billions of people here on Earth today. And spend next 20 years prototyping, developing the technology to feed people in space in the future. So yeah, I would like to welcome Scott Bryson to start speaking and present this project. Well, his company. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Great, thanks very much. Thanks very much for having me.
So thank you to SynBioApps, the NSERC-Create program, Concordia University, the Concordia Student Union, Promega, Dr. Katru, Orly Weinberg, and our mentors. So thank you so much to all those people, and we'll get ready for our next speaker, which is Danya Kallas, which is a workshop on scientific posters. So Danya Kallas is an operational member of the STEM Fellowship, which is a student-run nonprofit organization which aims to empower the young scientists and provide them with the opportunity to enlarge their academic network in the field of scientific research. So thank you. I would like to welcome her.
Thank you, Gabriel. I'm very excited to be here and doing this presentation. My name is, hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a good day. I will be sharing my screen and just a moment. Okay. Okay, so today, yeah, so as Gabriel mentioned, I am the president of STEM Fellowship at Concordia. It is a newly formed club at Concordia, and it mainly focuses on encouraging youth to explore the field of research in all its types. So today we're going to be talking about e-posters and what are they and how we can present it and make a really good one. So e-posters, basically, they are a mode of scientific communication. It is used as an alternative to regular posters. It combines the use of technological devices and tools with the more traditional oral posters. This is used to display scientific publications and data while relying heavily on graphics to support their claims and findings. These are especially useful now because they have so many advantages. First, we can discuss the fact that they are sustainable. So this will eliminate our need for any sort of paper. So, and also it will save on the printing costs, and overall it's better for the environment. Also, it is considered as being very convenient. There is no need, as we have e-posters right now, there is no need for the presenter to go and print the posters and pin it in a conference hall and go through all that hassle. E-posters are very easily searchable online, and they are accessible to everyone attending. They could be either attending physically the conference or even virtually. When we have e-posters, it's usually more organized to see, and also it offers the possibility of interactive communications. Interactive communication are basically questions and answers that can be communicated virtually. This since it's done virtually, so it can happen at any time, and it can happen at a very organized and very clean manner. Also, since it uses a virtual display, it is engaging. So it engages the audience and really pulls their attention towards all the virtual links used. In order to make so what makes a good e-poster basically is we need to, first of all, make it an effective e-poster. It must, and to have an effective e-poster, it must contain these key features. We must have a front page. So the front page is used in order to pull the audience immediately, and it has to be dynamic and for the audience to want to explore the real value of this poster. Also, the font should be large. The colors must be chosen carefully, and the pages, in order to be more appealing to the audience, it shouldn't be cluttered. As the cleaner it looks, the more professional it is, and most importantly, technology must be used. And this includes slideshows and videos and other things. So in order, when you're creating your poster, know your audience. There might not be as knowledgeable as you are regarding the topic you are discussing. For that reason, your language should be concise and simple and straight to the point. The explanations used must only include the most necessary degree of supporting detail. Now, this is very important because you do not want to overwhelm your audience by the information. And that's how you keep them more engaged and wanting to know more. After all, like after your presentation is done, if they are more interested in figuring out the details, they can do their own research or discuss it with you. In your e-poster, it's better to avoid pie charts and bullet points. Pie charts should not be used because they are poor at communicating data. They cannot show trend lines, and they are more difficult to understand than other type of charts. In order for you to convey the same message, if you are including pie charts, you must have right now to include other type of charts. So this will just end up taking up unnecessary space in your poster. So as you can see here, and this is a sales example, a trend from 2010 to 2013. As you can see in the above picture, we can clearly see that the circle is becoming bigger, but we don't know how much is the difference, or how much is it increasing, or how significant it is. But as we go and we see the trend line of the line graph present down, we can see that from 2012 to 2013, the increase is significant in the sales. And so just to say in summary, it will just it conveys the trend line better, and your data in a more quantitative measure. So for now, we move on into style. For an e-poster to be very easy on the eyes, you must adopt only one style. This will aid in making it more organized. And the visuals added must be used for clarity. The best shapes used are the simple ones and the visually garnished elements. Because if complex shapes are used, this will hold unintended meanings. So we can see here in figure A, there were a lot of different shapes and colors used. And this, so for example, we can see the stars, and we can see how cancer is written in big flash bold, and we can see the pie chart, for example, is colored. So all this will detract your audience from the message you are trying to convey. It will confuse them on what's the most important aspect in that in that figure. However, if you move to B, this is simpler, it is neater, and the colors they've used yellow, and cancer, for example, is written in red. So we know, for example, that A and D are the important step, for example. Now, also, we need to emphasize the use of color in the e-posters in general. So we need to think about the backgrounds, the title, and the headings, and also the charts you are using. Everything must be thought of. So the best way, in order to keep the background clean, you should use white or light colors. And the title and headings, we can use color boxes to define each section. So for example, this is the difference between a good background and a bad background. We can see that the good background one, they used the white, and everything seems clear, everything seems neater. However, the bad background, it is very busy, and it will just overwhelm your audience. Now, for the titles and the headings, it is very important to put them in boxes and put them in their own color, because you want to distinguish clearly from where you start to where you end, or what are the different sections you are discussing in your e-poster. Now, also, we need to discuss fonts and alignments. The font in your e-poster must be legible and easy to read. You can alternate between the titles and the main text. This is just to emphasize on what is what. The font size also must be legible from a normal distance, and it would seem more professional if you would keep everything aligned in your poster. Now, Gestalt, or also referred as the law of simplicity, this means an organized whole that is perceived as more than the sum of its parts. Now, here we discuss on how our brain are built to see structure and patterns in order for us to better understand the environment. Now, this basically focuses on how the human eye perceives visual elements and how they can aid us in better understanding the concept. The informations and elements in the poster must be grouped and arranged in an orderly manner, making the best use of the space available. Now, this ensures the optimal user experience, making them more comfortable, and Gestalt principles are very easy to incorporate in any sort of poster or design. Your design would be completely changed if you incorporate these principles, and it will seem seamless, and it guides the user towards the action you want them to take. Now, for the colors, here we discuss Brewer Palettes. Now, the colors used in charts, they're very, very important, because we want it to convey the meaning of the chart. Poor color combinations, here we can include bright and dark colors, or colors with poor contrast. Brewer palettes, they're selected for their special properties for use in data visualization and information design. Now, as here, we have three types of Brewer palettes. We either have qualitative, sequential, or diverging. The qualitative colors, they do not have a perceived order, as we can see. However, the sequential and the sequential has a perceived order and a perceived difference between successive colors as it is uniform. However, the diverging is two back-to-back sequential plates starting from a common color. Now, we can use the qualitative Brewer palettes best in pie charts or bar graphs, and the sequential and diverging Brewer palettes can be used in heat maps. Now, in order to have a good e-poster, it's important to do your research beforehand and also understand which template you want to use or which template best fits your presentation. When you see a template, just make sure you identify the trends, the themes used. You must maintain continuity overall your poster, and then also use the canvas partition to add your explanation. I'm sorry. Okay, so as stated here, the titles are best kept as short conclusions and not as long introductions. As we've discussed before also, we can see here that the color of the background was kept white in order for it to seem more professional and more clean. The graphs included and the patterns presented must include their own titles as well. These titles should not restate the obvious, because it will seem very redundant for your reader. It should just include, it should explain in a very concise manner what is the trend. And As we can see here, the colors used are very they're very important into identifying the theme of the poster. Blue here is used as a positive color. We can see that orange is used when emphasizing important information, because if you have the same color going on, it will lose its meaning to the audience. Now here we can see another example of a template. The title of your, you must have a clear title. It is structured, it is not cluttered, and the colors are very, they're well together, they go well together. The font is large and the heading is dynamic. Another example here, we can see how they use the grouping in order for it to be easy to, for the audience to navigate throughout. We can also see the colors here used. It's varying between white and blue. Now, finally, as a presenter, you have to always keep in mind the fact that e-posters will be viewed on different type of monitors. So screens, laptops, iPad, etc. They all have, every type of monitor will have its own different resolution. Make sure to follow the conference guidelines for everything to be legible and smooth for the readers, because it might your own presentation might be might come out either too small or too big for the monitors. And yeah, that's it. Basically, e-posters are the future. It's more and more people are using it in all sorts of conferences. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Hey, great, thank you. That was really good. So yeah, so if anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat and I'll relay them to her.
So I guess no questions.
Well, it looks like there's one question, sorry. Do you have any guidelines for what kind of content would be included in a scientific poster?
What? I'm sorry?
Do you have any guidelines for what kind of content should be put on a scientific poster?
Basically, it depends on what type you are trying to present. So, for example, if you are in the medical field and you're trying to talk about a study case in the medical field, then you include whatever is required for you to convey your message regarding that medical case.
Okay, so it's more like looking at your audience and looking at what you're doing and trying to relay that, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, cool. Great. So another question, what are your favorite tools for making posters?
So there are a lot of different tools. You can, I think PowerPoint is so far the best one, but there are so many other softwares that you can use and that are very helpful to make your poster, basically.
Okay. I actually have a personal one. What do you think the greatest challenge people tend to face is converting a normal poster to an e-poster?
So that's actually a really good question. Basically, people tend to forget that there is a major difference between regular posters and e-posters. The fact that you have access to all these visual aids and all these videos, and people tend to forget about that. And it's like you should utilize all the technology you can, because that's what makes it special and that's what makes it more different than the regular oral presentations.
All right, and another question. Can you tell us more about the STEM Fellowship?
So STEM Fellowship is a nonprofit youth organization. We are open in 8 to 9 different universities in Canada. We opened last year in Concordia, and unfortunately due to COVID we had to cancel a lot of events, but this semester we're hoping and we're planning on having more events. It actually It focuses on research, and in order for us to help and bridge youths with researchers and help them ease their way there, we will be having workshops on intro to research, how to have your own research, and where where can you get your own internships and workshops and all these different ideas.
Wow, that seems super helpful. So yeah, I haven't heard about it until like just recently, but it sounds like a super good program to have in a school, especially one that has such high standards for like science as Concordia does.
Yeah, so we didn't have the chance really to be big last year, as I said, because of COVID, but this year hopefully you're going to be hearing a lot from us.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, and we have one more question. Does this include Concordia research opportunities?
Hopefully, yeah. So we'll be contacting some professors, and we'll try our best to have Concordia research opportunities.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much for your talk. It was very informative, and I feel like it's something that's going to be really helpful for, I think, everyone here.